So the next thing I see, the next thing I circled to was the 0.1. Then you put the equals, and the last thing I came to was the -1. Again, you can use Desmos to check. Now, I'm not going to put this one. It's done exactly like 12 and 13 were. 15 is a little different, okay? Base stays base. Start at the base. Now, by the way, 15 could have just shown up as log 1000 equals 3. In that case, you would have needed to have put a small 10 to remind you that your base is 10. Circle to the answer, end at the argument. This thing is called the argument. If there's a log, take it out. The next thing I'm going to fill in, just like here, the next thing I fill in is the next thing I come to. Then I put an equals, and the last thing I fill in is the last thing I have. And again, I can check this with Desmos. 10 shift 6 3, and that tells me the answer is 1,000. Now, when you're using Desmos, you don't have to use change of base. But if you use Mr. Goodbuddy, you have to do log of the argument divided by log of the base if the base is not 10. If the base is 10, you can just put log argument. But if the base is anything other than 10, then you have to put it like this. This is called change of base formula. So, like this problem right here, I could have just put log 1000. And it would have given me 3. Because by default in our calculators, the base is 10. But if we have any other base, it will not give us the correct answer. So, solve. So 2 to the 6 equals x. 2 to the 6. And we can just go ahead and put that into the calculator or Desmos, either one. 2 shift 6, 6, and that gives us 64. When sketching a graph, find 2 nice points, either in Mr. Goodbuddy or Desmos. Now, this is massive information. B to the x hugs, and it'll be a whole lot easier to type this. B to the x hugs the x axis. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Log base b hugs the y-axis. All right. This one is hugging the x-axis. So it's this. Now, you'll either look at 1 or you will look at -1. If it gives you a fraction at one of these, don't look at it. Okay? So this gives you a whole number at 1. So B is your y value at either 1 or -1. And you want y to be a whole number. So it happens to be this set. So this is 2 at 1 or 2. So if this had been flipped around, so let's say this had been 2 at -1, this would have been 1/2. Then the other piece of information is if the same idea, if you've got the y values, you're going to look at 1 and -1 this way. So your b would be at the x at 1 or -1. Here you're just going to put these straight into Desmos. All of these. Put them straight into Desmos. Here, you're going to use the cloud rule because these are massive on Desmos. You don't want to use Desmos here. Round to 6 decimal places. Okay, these are not nice. 10 to the negative 2.8860565. Okay? These are nasty. I'm just telling you. Now, this one, find this answer first. I think, let me try this one in Desmos. Square root of 100,000. LOG base 3 SQRT 100 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that didn't give it to me. So let's take this part out of it. Ew, that's why. That's disgusting. I wonder if it was log and that was the cube root. I don't know. Hang on just a minute. Let me. What number is that one? 24. I'm trying to find that one. No, I've got a really nice problem with that one. So, yeah. I'll bet it was a cube root. LOG. I don't know. Cube root. Nope, I'm not. I can't find it. Okay. I don't know about that problem. So, but your problem is probably going to be a nice one on that one. So let's not worry about it. Okay. I do need to get to this one real quick while we got a chance. Is this 1 to 1? Remember, no x can be repeated. And no y can be repeated. Well, I've got a y repeated. So is this 1 to 1? No. Well, the issue with this problem is it's possible that in this list there is no repeat. So if you don't have a repeat, what you've got to do is list your values. So let's say this was a 12 and this was a 6. And what you would do is come through here. Like that's a 12 and that's a 6 and a 5 and a 7 and a 13. Oh my. Would that pass a horizontal line test? I had no repeats, but if I was to draw a smooth curve, that doesn't pass a horizontal line test. So you got to be careful with this problem. So now the last few problems that I need to cover. Remember I said switch x and y. So this y is -1 and x is -6. So instead of -6, 1, -1, -6. Well, -3 and -3, I switched them. Oh, 0, -4, -4, 0. 3, -6, -6, 3. It's hard to do it in your head. 6, -5, -5, 6. Yay! Now, real quick, I need to go back here. Okay? Because there's some information I need to show you. And this absolutely has to go onto your cheat sheet. Okay? Log b to the a times d to the c f to the e. A lot of people treat this as if it is so extremely hard. But I promise you, it really ain't. Okay? This A comes out front. Log, this B, plus C, Log, D, plus, how neat is this? Just saying, E, Log, F. B, D, and F are all variables. B, D, and F are variables.